Hey guys, welcome to Jaxbeautifulyou. I am super excited for today's video. This is a haul video. I love doing haul videos. This is my September perfume haul. I have some new releases, some not so new releases, and everywhere in between to share with you, but I have some goodies in this haul today. If you're new here, hi, my name is Jackie. Thank you so much for clicking on my thumbnail. I really appreciate you being here. To my returning subscribers, thank you guys so much for all your continued support. I truly appreciate you. Without further ado, let's get into this video. Okay, just a quick disclaimer, some of these perfumes I don't really know that well yet. I just got them in and I'm still testing them out. So this isn't going to be me reviewing each of these perfumes. This is just a haul video. I'm just showing you what I've added into my collection. I'll have to keep you updated. You know, take my thoughts on these fragrances with a grain of salt just because, like I said, I don't have a lot of experience with some of these and I need time to get to know these fragrances a little bit better. But the first one's an exception. I've actually been wearing this one a lot, and I've already done a full dedicated review on this fragrance, but I didn't officially haul it. This is the new release from Navitus Parfums in collaboration with Karina from Dear Makeup Diary, and this is Miel Extase. Like I said, I did a full dedicated review of this one, but I didn't officially haul it. I have been loving it even more than when I did the review. I gave it a glowing review because I thought it was an absolutely delicious honey gourmand fragrance with amazing performance, but the more I wear this, the more I fall in love, and this is quickly becoming one of my favorite gourmands in my collection. I can't stop wearing it. I keep reaching for it, especially at night. Oh, this is so good, you guys. If you like honey, if you like apricots, if you like some boozy notes, if you like toffee, caramel, chocolate, vanilla, if you're a gourmand lover like I am, you've got to get your nose on this. I won't say this is a safe blind buy though. It's definitely gonna be for specific people. You definitely have to be into gourmands. You have to be into strong fragrances. You have to like honey for sure. Boozy notes, apricots. It's not for everyone, but this is definitely for me. Okay, so not so long ago, about a month ago, I decided to take a road trip with my husband. We went to a town that has a Saks Fifth Avenue. I don't actually live by a Saks Fifth Avenue, and I was super excited to go in there and check it out, and I got to try a ton of fragrances that I haven't had a chance to get my nose on, and I was just in like perfume heaven. You know, I spent like a couple hours in the store just sniffing and having the time of my life. I have a really high tolerance for sniffing perfumes, by the way. It's like I can just keep going. I don't get, you know, some people get headaches. I can just keep going. But anyway, I tried a ton, and so I made a beeline for the Bond No. 9 counter just because I haven't had a whole lot of experience with Bond No. 9, and there are a ton that I still knew that I wanted to try. So while I was at the Bond No. 9 counter, I decided to test out Greenwich Village. I had heard a ton about it. It was super hyped up a couple of years ago. I personally skipped over it because so many people said it smells like Baccarat Rouge 540. And I am not the biggest fan of that scent profile. I don't hate Baccarat Rouge, but I'm not like in love with it. I don't own a bottle. And a lot of the fragrances that are in that same scent family, I don't really care for. So I thought this was going to be another one of those fragrances, but I decided since I was there, what the heck, right? Let's give it a go. So the sales associate sprays it on the back of my hand, and it was an immediate love at first sniff. I did not buy this at Saks Fifth Avenue, by the way. I waited until I got home and found a discount, but I knew this had to be mine. This absolutely was a love at first sniff for me, and where has this been my whole life? Like, why have I not tried this before? I can completely see the hype behind this. I love the bottle too. Some people don't like the Bond No. 9 bottles. I do, especially this one. This one is so pretty. I love the color. This is such a gorgeous color. Okay, I get where people are coming from when they compare this to BR 540. I get it. I kind of smell a similarity, kind of. But really, this is not it. This has so many other notes in here than BR 540. It definitely goes in its own direction. There's a little bit of a freshness to this, but it's not over, like this is not a freshie, but it's got a fresh feel. It's got almost kind of like an aquatic feel. It's sweet, it's fruity. Those are things that are not in BR 540. You know what I mean? There's something in here though that does smell similar, like it has a base. I don't know what it is. I'm not sure what's similar in here that is somewhat similar in BR 540, but I do get what people mean when they compare this, but I just feel like this is still different enough, and everything that I mean, I just love this perfume, and I'm not the biggest fan of BR 540. Let me know in the comment section what you think. Do you think this smells like BR 540? Because I definitely pick up differences for sure. I think I'm a really big fan of lychee. Is it lychee? Lychee or lychee? I think I'm a big fan of that because every time that's in a fragrance, I seem to really enjoy that fruit. It just smells sweet with like a little tiny bit of a tartness with it. And then there's water peony in here, which I think is what kind of gives it that maybe like a little bit of an aquatic feel. There's peony, jasmine, there's some mandarin orange in the opening. The base you have ambroxan, praline, vanilla, there's musk and oak moss. This is such an easy fragrance to wear. This has good performance, but it's not overpowering, and I just keep thinking to myself every time I wear it, this would make an incredible signature scent. You can dress this up, you can dress it down. This is just absolutely beautiful, and I love everything about it. So I am so happy that I finally tried this one, and I absolutely love it. So let me know what you think of this one in the comment section, and if you think it smells like Baccarat Rouge 540 or not. Alright, so while I was at Saks, I decided to go to the Tiziana Terenzi counter because I have really struggled with that house. I told you guys I wasn't sure if that was the house for me. I had yet to find a perfume that I liked from the house. However, I had not even come close to trying all of their fragrances. You know, there were so many I still needed to try, so I felt like it wasn't fair for me to say that. So I went to the counter and I sniffed almost every single one that they had, and you know, I still don't think it's really the house for me. I only found two from all the different ones that I smelled. I found two that I actually thought were full bottle worthy. The first one was Cassiopeia. I really liked that one. I didn't pick that one up because I feel like that might be more of like a spring summer scent. I might revisit that when the weather gets a little bit warmer after fall and winter, but this is the one that I decided to buy. Again, not from Saks. I went home and found a discount, but I fell in love with this in the store, and this is Andromeda. And this is one that when I sprayed it on the back of my hand in store, I immediately loved it. So hey, I have a Tiziana Terenzi fragrance in my collection, guys. However, when I got it in the mail, I opened it up and sprayed it and I was like, oh, wait a minute, I don't know if I love this. So I loved it in the store, but then I didn't love it when I got it. So I don't know, guys. I don't know what happened. That's kind of the problem though. That's kind of the problem with sniffing so many. I mean, I must have sniffed over 100 perfumes that day. I swear. I mean, I was everywhere. I was at the MFK counter, Tiziana Terenzi, Tom Ford, Bond No. 9. I mean, I was everywhere. When you smell so many, after a while, your sniffer doesn't really work anymore, you know? And you might think you're smelling things, or maybe you're smelling something else that you already sprayed. So I don't know if that's what happened with this one, but this one is strong. This is strong. I think all Tiziana Terenzis are pretty strong, aren't they? Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this one. I like it. I don't know if I love it. I don't love it as much as I felt like I did when I was in store. Of course, I'm smelling this on paper right now, and I really feel like I need to just give this one full wear. I haven't done that yet, so I'll have to get back to you on this one. I do like it when I'm sniffing it on paper, though. Yeah, I just need to get to know this one a little bit more. I think I jumped the gun in getting this fragrance. I just came home, and I was so excited that I found a Tiziana Terenzi that I loved. I just went ahead and ordered it right away, and I think I might have been premature on that. But maybe not. Maybe I'll end up just absolutely loving this fragrance. I don't really know how I feel about it. So this has ylang ylang, some water jasmine. It says it has some grass in it, but I don't pick that up. I'm not getting like an overly green vibe from this fragrance. It has peach, pear blossom. There's a bunch of florals. There's some fruity notes, and it's very woody as well. There's cashmere wood. It says ebony. There's amber. There's tonka bean, vanilla, coconut, and sugar in the base. It doesn't say that there's musk in here, but I kind of get that Tiziana Terenzi musk. Does anybody else know what I mean? It's almost like Tiziana Terenzi has like something in all of their fragrances that make them smell recognizable. like a commonality that makes it smell like a Tiziana Terenzi perfume. I kept getting that same vibe. Every perfume I smelled, I kept getting this like same vibe. Does anybody else know what I mean? Let me know in the comment section if you understand what I'm saying. I have it in my collection. I don't know if it's gonna stay. I will continue to wear it and I will keep you posted. But that is Andromeda by Tiziana Terenzi. All right, another unexpected fragrance that I didn't even have on my radar. When I was at Saks, it was next to a bunch of other stores. There was like a Macy's and some other stores. I decided to go to those as well. I didn't get enough at Saks. I had to keep going. So I went over to Macy's and I was sniffing around some of the new designer releases, and I came across this one just for fun. I decided to try it. This is by Lancome, and this is the Belle Iris Absolu. Like I said, it wasn't on my radar. I'm not the biggest fan of the original Belle. I don't hate it like some people do, but I do find that one to be very overwhelming and just over the top, sickly sweet for me. I do like some of the flankers though. I have noticed that I like the flankers of Belle a lot better than I like the original. So I decided to go ahead and give this one a sniff, and I absolutely loved it, obviously, because I have it. Again, I didn't buy it at Macy's. I went home and found it on sale online. I have to say, this bottle is absolutely gorgeous. I love these little, I don't know what it is about it, but it kind of looks like a fancy curtain or something. Like a, I don't know, I like it. It's just very aesthetically pleasing to me, and I absolutely love the way this smells. There's a little bit of the original Belle DNA in here, but it is nowhere near as sweet or as sickly or as strong or in your face as the original. This one just smells so good to me. So I have been discovering that I really like Iris. For some reason it smells like class and sophistication to me, and that is exactly what this smells like. There's a sweetness to this perfume, but that Iris really tones it down and makes it so it's just the right amount of sweetness. It's not too much. I think this is beautiful. I love the iris in here. This has fig in here as well. So there's a tiny bit of like a fruity vibe. I really like the fig. It makes it different, you know? It makes it a little unique because, you know, fig is in other perfumes, but you don't really see fig. I don't feel like you see fig a lot in designer fragrances. So if you're a fan of iris, definitely get your nose on this one. It says that there's a gourmand accord in here, which I do pick up on a sweetness to the fragrance, like a creamy kind of sweetness, along with that very sophisticated powdery iris. And then there's patchouli, but it's not like the patchouli in the original. It's just, it's there, but it's not in your face. I love this. I think this smells incredible. I'm super happy to have a bottle of this. This is going to be such an easy wear. So that is by Lancome, Belle Iris Absolu. All right, so not too long ago, I decided to do a declutter, and I did declutter a dupe of this fragrance because I knew I was going to get the original. I finally got by the House of BDK Rouge Smoking. I knew I wanted this one. My problem is that when I had a decant of this, I felt like it didn't have very good performance. I was really disappointed in the performance. But then I had heard from several people that this is a fragrance you have to let sit and the performance gets better. And of course, if you have a full bottle, you can just kind of overspray. And I really love the way that this smells. So I decided to go ahead and take a chance and get a bottle. I've worn it twice now since I've gotten it. And I will say the performance is a little better than I remember. From my decant, it's a little bit better. I definitely wouldn't call this a beast, and I definitely wouldn't say it's the longest lasting, but I got about 5 hours of wear with a small scent bubble. I could smell it on myself, but it wasn't like projecting very far. I don't really care as long as I can smell it. You know what I mean? That's all I care about. I wear my perfumes for me. I don't really care that much if other people are smelling my fragrances. I just want to have the scent present for me. I want to have wafts of it that I can smell throughout the day, that I can enjoy. And I found that if I oversprayed this one, I was getting that. So I am happy to have this. The dupe is by Dua, and it's called She Loves Red, and it's a really good dupe, but it just didn't have the exact same, I mean, it wasn't 100%, you know, it was pretty close, especially like in the air. I feel like people wouldn't really be able to tell the difference, but I can tell the difference, and I just wanted the original. So I went ahead and decluttered She Loves Red by the House of Dua, and got this one, and I love this. To me, this smells similar to like a cola. I get this cherry Coke feel to the fragrance, but it's not really realistic Coca-Cola. This one is Coca-Cola-ish, but it's coming from the tonka bean. It's like my brain thinks Coca-Cola at first, but then if you really smell it, I'm like, that's tonka bean. I don't know if that makes sense or not. I get a lot of the cherry, but I do get this kind of like spicy kick, spicy cherry, cola, tonka bean, vanilla fragrance. When I think of fragrances that smell like Coca-Cola, I think of very playful, almost kind of youthful fragrances, but somehow this one is sexy. This doesn't make me feel playful. This one makes me feel sexy. So this is a sexy tonka bean, cherry, vanilla. It's absolutely delicious. This is one of my favorite. I'm so happy to have this. I'm glad I finally did. I made a video a while back ago about fragrances that I absolutely love but refuse to buy, and there are 2 of them in this haul. So I broke down and bought fragrances I didn't think I was going to because of the performance, but I'm kind of changing my mind on performance just a little bit. I don't need it to be quite as strong as I used to think I needed to. When I first got into fragrances, I wanted all of my perfumes to be beast modes, you know, but I'm definitely changing my mind on that. So anyway, this is by the House of BDK Rouge Smoking. All right, let's just go straight into the other fragrance I said I would never purchase that I now have because I purchased it. This is by Xerjoff, and this is Lira. And not only did I purchase it, but I purchased the full 100 ml bottle instead of just 30 ml because I found it on sale and I was like, well, why the heck not, right? So this is what the bottle looks like, and it's absolutely beautiful. I've worn it a couple of times since I've gotten it. I have to say, this doesn't smell exactly like what I remembered from my sample, which is, you know, well, first of all, when I smelled my sample, it was a while ago. I had just started getting into fragrances. Also, you can't really tell the full, you know, the full wear of the fragrance. Sometimes from a sample doesn't tell you the whole story. So I didn't realize that this had a spicy kick to it. I thought Lira smelled like a lemon cookie, which it does. I definitely get this like lemon cookie feel. There's no lemon in here though, it's blood orange, but I get lemon for sure. I get this lemon cookie, but there's a spicy kick to this fragrance that I didn't realize was in here. And I didn't realize how similar this smells to Axidolo's Love and Crime until I bought this bottle. I used to think they were a little different. I knew they had the similar vibe, but I didn't remember this to have like a spiciness to it. So this fragrance has cinnamon and licorice in it, and I guess I forgot that that was in there. So this has cinnamon and licorice, and Axidolo's Love and Crime has pink pepper and anise, which anise can sometimes smell like licorice. It smells like a spicy licorice, you know? And so they both have that same factor. Like I said, I guess I kind of forgot that this had that in it, but I love it. I mean, I absolutely love it, but it is very similar to Love and Crime to my nose. When I wore this, I was like, wow, this is super similar. I get a little bit of a difference still, and I love both of them. So Axidolo Love and Crime, I get more orange than lemon. Even though they both have orange in them, I definitely pick up more of an orange feel from Love and Crime. I pick up that spiciness from the anise and the pink pepper. And then I get like a sponge cake feel from the fragrance. It smells like sponge cake to me. This smells like a spicy lemon cookie, but they're very similar. A little bit different, but very similar. I'm okay with having both because I can't get enough of both of these. And when I sprayed this, I oversprayed it because I knew, okay, the performance isn't known to be amazing, so I went to town on this sucker. And I have to say, I wasn't totally disappointed in the performance. It lasted about 5 hours, and I had a nice little scent bubble. It was tiny, it wasn't big, it wasn't projecting super loud, but it was enough, again, that I could smell it, and therefore I feel like I'm going to be happy with this. So I don't know that this is going to be like strong enough to cut through the cold, but I feel like right now, summer transitioning into fall, I feel like this is a really great gourmand to wear. It's just not going to choke you out in the heat, but then again, it's still a delicious gourmand fragrance. So that is by Xerjoff Lira. All right, up next we have 2 new releases from the House of Argos. I am super excited about these. I was anticipating these, and they did send these over to me in PR. Now, normally when I get something in PR, I take my time with them. I really figure out whether or not I even want to talk about them to you guys because, you know, I don't want to talk about things that I don't like on my channel. Argos did not ask me to do a video or to talk about it, but I wanted to just show you guys these on this haul video because I've worked with Argos in the past. I have 3 other Argos perfumes. I really like the house. I trust the house, and I feel comfortable talking to you about them before I really have my full thoughts on the fragrances just because I know that they're a good quality house. So I just decided to put them in this haul video. So the first one is Love Triumphs Over War. And look at the packaging, you guys. The packaging is always just top notch with Argos. And that's the outer box, and then the box it comes in from there looks like this, and then you just open it up from the side and the bottle is in here. Again, the bottles are like a piece of art. I absolutely love Argos bottles. And it's not just the bottles I love about the house. I really love the story that they create. They make a perfume based on a mythological story. This is Love Triumphs Over War, and the story that you get, there's a story that comes on the box that kind of explains where they were going with this, what mythological creatures and gods they were making this perfume after. You know, you've got the god of war, and then you've got the god of love that convinces the god of war to put down his, you know, his sword. And anyway, it's just a really cool story. I won't get into the story, but that's one of the things I really like about the house is that there's more to it than just the perfume. There's these gorgeous artwork bottles, there's a story, it's just an experience, you know? It's super fun, and yeah, I really enjoy it. But anyway, back to the scent. This is definitely a unique scent, and I don't have my thoughts completely on this fragrance. I've only tested it on the back of my hand once. So I will say when I first smelled it, I was like, wow, this is super unique. I feel like they really captured the idea they were going for as far as that love and war. You know, you've got the yin and yang, you've got the light and dark, soft and hard. I feel like there's some floral notes in here, definitely some floral notes that I pick up, and there's a kind of a soft powderiness. I think it's from the violet. There's a soft powderiness in here, but then there's some other stuff in the base. There's some woody notes. I think there's some patchouli that contrasts with some of the notes that I'm smelling in here. And it's very, very interesting. I will say I've never smelled anything like it. I don't really know what else to tell you about this fragrance yet, just because I don't have a lot of experience with it. I don't know exactly how I feel about it yet. I know I really like it, and I definitely think the quality is there. I can smell the quality. I can smell that this is definitely a work of art type of fragrance, but I have to wear it to really get my true feelings and thoughts on it. So I will keep you posted on this one. It is very complex. I do believe that Argos does sell their samples on their website, so they also have smaller bottles as well. This is 100 ml. I think they have 1 ounce bottles as well. So, you know, anyway, you can kind of pick and choose if you want to try some of their fragrances. If you want to get samples, you can get those, so you don't have to just blind buy these fragrances. But this one, I'll have to keep you posted on how I feel and what I get, because this one does really take you on a journey. So that is Love Triumphs Over War by the House of Argos. The other one they sent to me is Birth of Venus. This is, look at this, isn't this so pretty? I love it so much. I just think they're so artistic. Again, it comes with a story. You know, there's a story to this fragrance. It comes in this box. This one's a white box, and then you open it up and it tells you the story of the fragrance, and then it lists all the notes down here as well. This is what the bottle looks like. It is super beautiful. I love it. Now this one is a different story. This is still a complex fragrance. It's not overly simplified. It's definitely not a simple fragrance for sure. There are a lot of notes in here, but this is a very easy to like, easy to love fragrance. This is sweet, it's fruity, it's floral, it's delicious, and this was an immediate yes for me. Love Triumphs Over War is one I'm really going to have to get to know. This one was just an immediate yes. I absolutely love it, and I've worn it a couple of times, and it is absolutely gorgeous. So you've got bergamot, and then you've got peach in here, and I was a little nervous about peach because I've been struggling with peach lately. Sometimes I really love it, sometimes I don't. But the peach in here is not a candied, oversweet, artificial smelling peach. I haven't been liking that lately, but this is more of like a natural peach. This is gorgeous. Sweet, juicy, fruity. I love, love, love the peach in here. There's orange, grapefruit, there's some osmanthus, there's some lavender, lots and lots of florals, jasmine, tuberose, violet, lots of florals in here. So it's a fruity floral, sweet, fruity floral. With emphasis, for me, I get a lot of that peach, like I said. I love this one. This one's so delicious. There's also some raspberry in here. There's some rose, and there's chocolate. Now, I will say I don't pick up a ton of the chocolate. The chocolate's not like the star of the show at all. So if you're not a gourmand lover, don't let that scare you. But the chocolate is kind of, there's a creaminess to the fragrance that I find to be just delicious. And I feel like it just kind of gives a hint of a chocolate vibe, like in the background, just to add a little bit of depth and character to the fragrance. I also pick up on the amber. There's some woody notes in the base, but I don't pick up an overly woody fragrance. This isn't an overly woody perfume for me. A little bit of woodiness in the dry down, but mostly I get like a creamy sandalwood and like that creamy chocolate mixed together. It's absolutely delicious. I really, really love this one. Another successful fragrance from the House of Argos. I would say that this leans more feminine for sure, whereas Love Triumphs Over War is definitely straight down the middle unisex. At least I think so. You know, with my limited knowledge of that fragrance, it feels unisex to me. This feels very, very feminine. I love this one. It smells delicious. Get your nose on it for sure. That is Birth of Venus by the House of Argos. Now, Argos has another fragrance that's coming out. It's not available yet, but I think it's coming soon. I think it's coming out in October. They did send me a sample of it. I was super curious about this one. And you guys, this one, I wasn't sure if I was going to like this one because when I looked at the notes, I was like, I don't know. Sometimes I'm not into some of these notes. Sometimes I am, sometimes I'm not, but the top notes are bergamot, lemon, pink peppercorn, cardamom, and ginger, which I love cardamom and ginger. Then there's labdanum or labdanum, lavender, and then there's some woody notes in here, but then there's also leather. There's musk, leather, tonka bean, and vanilla. I get a little bit nervous about leather. Some fragrances, I like the leather and some I don't. If it's too harsh or animalic, then I don't really like it, but if it's a smooth leather, then I really like that in a lot of my fragrances. And you guys, this one, oh, you guys, there is something so special about this fragrance. This one, oh my gosh. Wow. I mean, this is a wow factor perfume. Ooh. I mean, so far, if I had to rank these, so far, this one's my favorite. Birth of Venus is a very, very close second. And then Love Triumphs Over War, I don't know. I still have to, it's too soon for me to tell. I really, really need, it's very complex. I really need time with that one. But this one is just an immediate wow. This is a strong, unique, amazing fragrance. I have never smelled anything like this in my life. This is so good. I'm in love. I am in love with this fragrance, you guys. I need a bottle of this. I wasn't expecting Argos to send me anything, so when they messaged me and asked me for my address, I didn't know what I was getting from them, and I don't ever expect anything from them. So if, you know, they might send this, I don't know if they will or not, but if they don't, I will be buying this fragrance 100% because this is magical. I don't even know how to explain this, you guys. I honestly don't know how to explain this. I have never smelled anything like it. It's got this brightness to it, but then it's got this cardamom and ginger that smells so freaking good. It's got a brightness to it, but then it's got this absolutely gorgeous base. It's got the musk, the leather, the tonka bean, and vanilla. The way that it's put together, bright, spicy, but darker kind of base that goes together in this absolutely gorgeous, unique harmony. It's amazing. I absolutely love this one. I will definitely be getting a bottle of this for sure. So that is Fall of PHAETON by the House of Argos. This one's my favorite. As I told you guys in a video where I was testing fragrances that I was going to get this perfume, and I had to do it. I saw that it was on sale. It was still ridiculously expensive, but at least I got it at somewhat of a discount. This is my very first cupcake by the House of Sillage. This is the Harry Potter collection Hufflepuff. I went ahead and went for it. Like I said, I found it on sale. It was like 30% off, and I just decided to go for it. This is limited edition. I'm a huge Harry Potter fan, and I had tried a sample of this first, and I absolutely loved it. But let me tell you guys something. The sample, as much as I loved the sample did not do it justice, because ooh, do I love this, you guys. I absolutely love this fragrance. Look at this. I love this packaging. This pulls down. My very first cupcake from the House of Sillage. I think it's super beautiful. I really like these crystals on the side. I love this yellow color. It's just so pretty. I knew I wanted this one. I had debated on if I was going to get it because it's so pricey, and the performance I had heard from several people was not amazing, and I have to say it's really not. It's really not the most amazing performing fragrance. Let me be very clear about that. So you have to kind of decide if you're going to buy this fragrance. It's pricey. Are you the type of person that really cares about performance? Because if you are, you might want to think twice about getting this one. This one, you really, like, I really oversprayed, and I could smell it on me, but it was faint. It was light. It only made it about 4 or 5 hours. I could get whiffs of it, so it was okay, but it was like, I mean, it's not a skin scent. It's not a skin scent on me. I can smell it on me, but it definitely doesn't have a lot of projection. You just have to decide if you think that that is going to be worth it for you. But the way that this just smells incredible. So top notes, you have Italian lemon, peach pulp, coconut cream accord. I swear I get that. I swear I get that coconut cream accord. It's not coconut like suntan lotion coconut. No, not at all. Don't think beachy, think gourmand. Think coconut cream accord. That is pretty accurate. Lots and lots of lemon, but not like a zesty lemon. It's so delicious. And then I wouldn't say that I would have known that there was peach in here. I don't get like a peach. I get a lot of lemon and a lot of that coconut cream deliciousness. I get a lot of the vanilla as well. There are some florals in the heart, but I don't pick up florals in this fragrance at all. I just get coconut cream accord, lemon, and a lot of vanilla. It's almost a little bit lactonic to my nose. It kind of reminds me of like a pina colada, but if you took out pineapple and added lemon instead. It's like a lemon version of a pina colada, and I am happy to have my first cupcake from the House of Sillage. Last but not least, this one was the only blind buy. Obviously, I had never tried the Argos fragrances, but I didn't purchase those. This one I actually purchased with my own money, and it was a total blind buy. I just went ahead and took the chance. So this is by the House of Xerjoff, and this is Ouverture. I have heard so many people, specifically Marcy, talk about this fragrance and rave about it. I think this was in like Marcy's top 10 for life or something, or top 20, I can't remember, but she loves this perfume, and I thought, okay, I'm going to take a chance on this fragrance because I have pretty good success with the House of Xerjoff. I feel like Xerjoff is a house that I, for the most part, love a lot of their fragrances. Not all of them, but for the most part, I love a lot of them, and I do love this one. This one is so good. I'm so glad I took a chance on this one. Plus, I really like the bottle. I like this like fuzzy material on the bottle. Anyway, back to the fragrance. This one had some polarizing reviews. If you look on Fragrantica, some people love it, some people don't. But this has fig leaf in the opening, and it has orange and magnolia. I was a little concerned about the fig leaf because I'm not the biggest fan of like overly green fragrances, but this doesn't smell overly green to me. And honestly, I was kind of surprised. I feel like I smell the whole fig in this fragrance. Does anybody else get that? I feel like I smell all of it. Not just the fig leaf, I feel like I get the whole fruit. I've worn this twice now, and both times that I wear this, I'm like, I know I love this, but this is a difficult fragrance to explain. It just has a lot going on. It's a complex scent. You know, again, it's not simple, it's complex, and there's a lot to kind of figure out with this fragrance. So I did, you know, in my limited wear of this fragrance, I did feel like I I picked up a little bit on the cinnamon. Floral notes, there's sandalwood. I do get a woodiness from this fragrance for sure. There's a lot of vanilla in here as well. And then there's also amber and incense. Warm amberiness, that makes sense. The vanilla, the sandalwood, that makes sense. The incense though, I don't get that. Again, I've only worn it twice, so it's possible I'll pick it up later, but I was kind of surprised to see incense in here. I don't really get like an incensey, smoky kind of vibe with this fragrance. Amazing performance. Like this sucker will last you all day and people are going to be able to smell you with this one. It's pretty strong, so really, really love this one. Super happy I took a chance on it. So that's by the House of Xerjoff Ouverture. Alright guys, that's it for today's video. I feel like I've been talking for a literal eternity. I know that was a lot of fragrances to go over today, but thanks for sticking with me if you're still here. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think about these fragrances as well in the comment section. Have you tried them? Do you like them? Do you love them? Do you hate them? I want to hear all your thoughts and opinions. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, hopefully you will consider subscribing. I would really appreciate that. I hope everybody is having an amazing day, and hopefully I'll see you in my next video. Bye!